So black tarps, you know, a lot of growers have been using tarps for all these years now. Man, they're fantastic. They're just the best way ever to destroy what was growing underneath. It's the absence of light that will do that. And then that creates the perfect environment for earthworms, for all the microorganisms to really thrive under the tarps and to digest the organic matter that's decomposing there. And then after a few weeks, you'll remove the tarps and boom, it's like, it's ready to go. So it's a real passive solar approach to bed prep. And it's also in line with a lot of our ecological aspirations. You know, some really nice salads. Again, insect nets, so important. So all these salads, they're about worth, you know, at least $2. And that's where market gardening becomes interesting. It's like, it's on the gardening scale somehow. It's like a huge garden, but it's farming because, you know, we're deploying a lot of energy. It's very intensive. But when you count the number of dollars that you can really make growing these salads, it's interesting. It's interesting to look at it like that because there's a lot of value on a bed. And we measure bed value. That's how we determine what to grow. So we have like all the field tomatoes that are under a caterpillar tunnel. These are going to be ripe in August. They're going to be a bountiful harvest. All the peppers that are in the ground. It's just, there's a lot of peppers here. That's a lot of peppers. And it's not that big of a space. So this is the nightshade block. You know, we have a rotation on the farm. You've probably, you know, again, we've probably read that in the Market Gardener. But, you know, I think it's pretty cool to show it. And that showing also, again, coming back to my point, is that this kind of farming is also sustainable with regards to yield. It's been sustainable for us with regards to health and adventures. Like, we've had a lot of spin-off of this, kept us interested in this kind of work. Madeleine has been steady as a rock. She's committed to the customers that we have. And, you know, we've known them for 20 years. They've seen our kids grow. Now my boy, he's 19, he left the house. And so he was raised here. This is his playground. And it's just I don't know, it's a really cool lifestyle also. And I also like the fact that, you know, this is that we've been a lot inspired by permaculture and design and how to landscape the farm so that it's very natural. There's a lot of things growing everywhere. There's a lot of flowers. You know, this was bare land. There was this old rabbit coop. That was it. And it was all about putting energy, putting love into it, the pond, the greenhouse. And, you know, perhaps except for the greenhouse that was the glass house that's now a part of our house, like a lot of this wasn't putting money. It was about putting our time. It was about doing it ourselves. It was about, you know, having an excavator come and do some of the work, but me doing a lot of the shoveling, Madeleine planting a lot of these plants also, and just doing iteration after iterations. So flowers, it's really nice. It's our sailing boat. This is what our 2020 goal was, to do some sailing on the weekends. There's Lake Champlain not too far. Toi, tu restes ici aujourd'hui? Tu viens-tu avec moi ou tu restes ici?
Je viens cet après-midi.
Ok, super. Ici, we also have this plot here. It's really nice. Again, we have this electric fence because of the deer. But man, these are like 4 beds of carrots. There's a lot of carrots in here. And they're fenced, and there's also insect nets because there's too many deers right now. I don't know why, but the pressure this year has been so high. So we're really double protecting it. But let's go inside, Chris. Don't get shocked, but... And I just want to also say that, you know, me showing the farm is not to brag about what we do. Like, I don't care about that. And Modelin doesn't care about that, I can assure you. But, you know, I'm inspired to just show that it's possible. I'm inspired to show that when it's well done, how it can look like. There's no easy shortcut. We've worked really hard. We still work really hard. We're still committed to what we're doing. We're still learning how to grow some stuff. Look at these mushrooms here, popping up because of the ramule wood chip. Isn't that fantastic? So the ramule wood chip that we put on the aisles, it creates a lot of the fungi connection with the bacterial connection. That's how we utilize our alleyways. The pathways, we put ramule wood chip, which is, you know, I've talked about this a lot in other videos, you can check that out. But it's bridging the gap by having a lot of the food elements, a lot of the forest elements, the hardwood fibers coming into the soil and feeding the fungi network, mycelium that's there. And you see, have mushrooms. You know, it's just amazing. Nature just wants to do it. Nature is there. It's so beautiful. You know, we're lucky we have 4 seasons here in Quebec, and spring and summer is just fantastic. Yeah, you see this is a patch of herbs. So we have all the herbs cut into sections. So it's one bed of different herbs, but that's pretty much all we need for our 100 family CSA. And bringing some extra to the market. I'll show you the greenhouses. Yeah. So these are pole beans growing. This was winter greens this winter. And we have these what?
Fennel?
Fennel that will be picked probably this week, clear the bed. But pole beans, man, that's a money maker for sure. Yeah, and I said we just did a video a few weeks ago about how learning proper greenhouse techniques in the market garden has been a big game changer for us. And this is the tomato house. We grow tomato year after year after year. We've been doing this for like 15 years now, but the amount of tomatoes that we get from that greenhouse is just amazing. And it's a big part of our income at the farm. Again, learning these strategies took investment. It took some of our time. We've had a few fails, but you know, over the years, we've really figured out how to do it well. See? It's like a tomato forest. And everything here is systemized, you know, from how we do this, so how we get optimal yield, lowering the plants, fertilizing, irrigating, controlling temperatures. It's like we've created, you know, this is an ideal environment to get optimal yield. And that's what we want, because we seem to never get enough of tomatoes, especially early on, before field tomatoes pop into market, and then we're kind of competing with other growers. Field tomatoes, man, they're nice, but if you can get early greenhouse tomatoes, people want them. Like as soon as May, they're excited about them. So we have some different fruit trees growing on the farm. Fruit trees are not my expertise. I wouldn't have a lot of good advice to say about that. We had a late frost and we lost all of our fruits or blossoms. They frost. Asperge is asparagus. Been growing nice. Blueberries. It's a tiny patch. If you go in the greenhouse here, you have, you know, these Trace cucumbers. We just did a YouTube episode how to set up that. Man, this is a lot of production, and there's a lot of income in these, you know, these 6 beds producing here. It's a lot of income. And, you know, again, it boils down to kind of doing it the right way, learning how to do this. And yeah, we're kind of slowly walking back to where we started, or crops. And, you know, I don't know how many more years I'll be kind of sharing this and being passionate about it as much as I'm still, because I feel that I've been telling this story for a long time. But always I get some super nice feedback from people, mostly young people really, that are discovering this kind of universe, and then they're excited about it. And I'm excited about also reconnecting with other seasoned growers. And you know, we've built community over the years, local community with other farmers, online communities with the Masterclass and the Market Gardener Institute. And I just like where this is going. Like, I feel that in our day and age where we're faced with climate change, which is really, really serious, and the globalized economy kind of, now that we better understand all the drawbacks and the setbacks of being rigged like that, like localized food system is really, really what the future, in my opinion, is. And having the multiplication of all these small ecological farms would be how, you know, community could be built everywhere. And that's going on. And we're part of that. And this garden has inspired a lot of people, and it's still inspiring ourselves. And I'm just happy to share it.